We are trying to figure out how many different sets of 3 candidates are there to fill the 3 positions. So I'm going to teach you 2 things. The first is the combination formula. And if you have, let's say you have 3 people. I've got Sue, John, and Ted. Okay. How many different, now let's say I have, I don't know, 5 people, and I want to choose 3 from those 5 to form a committee. Well, if I chose Sue, John, and Ted, for a subcommittee, that's the same thing as John, Sue, and Ted. Order doesn't matter, okay? And order doesn't matter here. And here's the formula: n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. So that's one thing we're going to use. And then there's also the fundamental counting rule. If you have m ways you can do one thing and n ways you can do something else, your total number of possibilities is m times n. So if you had 5 shirts and 3 pair of pants, you would have a total of 15 outfits, 5 times 3. All right, so with that, let's talk about this problem. We want to fill 1 of 7 candidates for the math and 2 of 10 positions for computer science. So how many choices do I have? You want to choose 1 out of 7, and order doesn't matter. So this n will always be your larger number of the 2. So that would be 7 factorial. Get my pencil back. 7 factorial over r. That's going to be the 1. Okay. And r factorial, that's 1 factorial over n minus r, that's 7 minus 1 factorial. Okay? So we have 7 factorial over 1 factorial, and 7 minus 1 is 6 factorial. Now 7 factorial, that just means 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3. But I'm going to write it out as 7 times 6 factorial. That 6 factorial is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all multiplied together. Now 1 factorial, that's just 1. So I'm not going to write that down. And 6 factorial, I'm going to leave it like that, and then you can just cancel. So you've got 7 ways you can choose 1 person out of 7. And I think that makes sense. Okay, you got 7 possibilities. Now the computer science, this is n. N's your larger number, and r is the smaller number. You're going to figure out how many ways you can choose 2 people out of 10. So that will be 10 factorial over 2 factorial times 10 minus 2 factorial. And that's 10. I keep losing my pencil. Oh, I got it. 10 factorial over 2 factorial times 8 factorial. Now 10 factorial, that's 10 times 9 times 8 factorial. I'm going to stop because I want to cancel that one on the bottom. Now what is the value of 2 factorial? 2 factorial, that would just be 2 times 1, which is 2. So 2 times 8 factorial, and those cancel. This is all multiplication, so 2 will go to 10. 5 times 9 is 45. So you've got 45 ways that you can choose 2 people out of 10. So we've got 7 here and 45 here. How many total possibilities do I have? Use the fundamental counting rule, and that would be 7 times 45. And 7 times 45 is 315 for your answer.